Hi dear friends and subscribers, welcome to this very early morning edition of the Cricket Happening Show with your host Ram today. Well, the reason that I am here so quickly today is, as you know, yesterday, dear friends and subscribers, I hope you all got my message, all the 385 friends and subscribers of Cricket Happenings. I hope you all got the message that yesterday the Cricket Happening Show couldn't be done because the YouTube upload was aborted, and that is something absolutely beyond my control, probably due to YouTube problems. The upload didn't go through. Do regret the inconvenience, but I'm sure that dear friends and subscribers, you would have got my message because I had actually posted it. Probably it would have gone on to Google Plus if at all you have been there, and I think it should have, whether it has appeared on Twitter I wouldn't know, but on Google Plus, yes, it should have definitely appeared. My dear friends and subscribers, so unfortunately, yesterday I had actually really uploaded a nice video of talking about the previous matches, and I was doing it with a lot of, I was all fire and brimstone, and it was done with lots of enthusiasm. But unfortunately, dear fans and subscribers who really dearly love my Cricket Happening Show, unfortunately that didn't go through because it contains some cricket updates, some cricket commentary, some cricket summaries, a lot of things, cricket news. But well, at the most, what can I do? I mean, I just love this cricket show, but I'm out here, so that's the reason I'm just trying to make up for what happened yesterday, and that's the reason I'm out there early in the morning today to give you this cricket show. So let's start off then. So let's go on to today. As you know, the Indian Premier League he's having a rest day, so there are 2 days of rest for the Indian Premier League. There are no matches happening today and tomorrow. Today being the 16th of May 2014. 17th of May there's no match. The next matches are going to be starting on 18th. So 2 days of good rest for the Indian Premier League teams here. Well, and I think they deserve that rest for sure. So I'm just skipping on the Indian Premier League here. Okay, let me just tell you what I'm going to do in this particular cricket show. This particular cricket show, I'm going to do probably a sort of a synopsis of the 41st match of the Indian Premier League 2014 that was played yesterday at the Motera Stadium here in Ahmedabad between the Rajasthan Royals team and the Delhi Daredevils. And Delhi Daredevils absolutely now almost losing their chances now. Now it's going to be absolutely impossible for them to even qualify for anything because things have really drifted, and Delhi Daredevils actually lost a match where Rajasthan Royals totally dominated proceedings, and they lost that match by a huge margin of 62 runs. I'm going to talk about that match, then we'll have a look at some cricket news that are making the headlines, and probably the cricket news that I yesterday covered, and then we have a tour game going on today. As you know, the first tour game of the Sri Lankan tour was against Essex, where Essex actually beat the Sri Lankans, and today there's the second tour game going on this on the Sri Lankan tour of England, where Kent are right now playing against the Sri Lankans, and Sri Lankans are batting first at 22 for 1 currently. Well, I'll come back to that later. So let's go on to the 41st match of the Indian Premier League 2014, played at the Sardar Patel Stadium, Motera in Ahmedabad, where Rajasthan Royals were the ones who batted first. And well, they really batted well. They batted in an extremely positive way, and they put on a huge score of 201 for 6 of their 20 overs, and that huge score of 201 proved too much for the Delhi Daredevils as their wickets went on succumbing. They couldn't get the runs, the pressure was built up, and finally the Delhi Daredevils innings came to an end. It didn't come to an end. Basically, they finished at 139 for 9 of the 20 overs. Thus, the Rajasthan Royals registering a victory by 62 runs. And the only solace for Delhi Daredevils was Manoj Tiwari, who stood there and contributed an unbeaten 61 of 44 deliveries, 5 fours and 2 sixes. So let's look at the Rajasthan Royals card. So Rajasthan Royals making 201 for 6, batting first in this particular match, and for Rajasthan Royals, Ajinkya Rahane played a good hand. He made 64 of 50 balls with 8 fours and 1 6, but he definitely had a very good partnership along with Sanju Samson, who played an attractive looking innings, which he has been doing it so far in the Indian Premier League 2014. The sixes that he hit was something which was absolutely simply superb, I would say, because the way he actually hit a like a golf shot. He hit a 6, then he flat batted one for a 6, and that was really some sights to watch here. And the Rajasthan Royals innings really careening along, I would say, with Ajinkya Rahane contributing 64. And that partnership was very exhilarating, I thought, especially Sanju Samson and Ajinkya Rahane entertaining the crowd here at the Motera Stadium here in Ahmedabad. Other than that, they had contributions coming in from KK Nair, 19 of 14 balls, 1 4 of 1 6. Well, Rajasthan Royals, as has been the case in this Indian Premier League 2014, we have seen some lot of experiments coming in. The other day they came up with two new openers, with Shane Watson opening the innings, and that definitely clicked for them. So Rajasthan Royals has been the team in this Indian Premier League which has been doing a lot of experimentation, and they did one more experimentation yesterday by promoting Kevin Cooper as one drop, and he really did oblige. He went, in a sense, what he did was that what was good about Kevin Cooper was that he was not able to pick up the bowling of the Imran Tahir was bowling. He was not able to pick up the googly. But what was very important and what was very fitting was that he used to go with the high swing of the bat, and the ball used to really sail over the pickets for a 6, and that was very important. And Kevin Cooper, I thought, played a very good hand in clubbing 632 of just 16 deliveries with 2 4s and 3 6s. And Sanju Samson, as I said, an attractive looking knock of 40 of 25 balls with 2 4s and 3 6s. And in the end, it was Faulkner pasting an unbeaten 23 with 3 glorious 6s for Rajasthan to go and sit up on a very tall total of 201 for 6 of their 20 overs. Looking at the bowling figures as far as the Delhi Daredevils bowlers were concerned, Dumini 3 overs 1 for 25, Shukla was taken to the cleaners, 4 overs for 44 runs, Siddharth Kaul 3 overs cost him 34, Shahbaz Nadeem, the left-arm spinner, bowled with some sort of discipline, I thought, 2 for 35 out of the mauling that they received. Imran Tahir, 4 overs was very good. In fact, he was pick of the bowlers, 4 overs no made in 225. Manoj Tiwari bowled 2 overs, which cost him 28 runs. Now let's have a look at the Delhi Daredevils innings, how that panned out. Delhi Daredevils, well, as I said, they completely struggled. I mean, it was the 201 was an imposing total which was put by the Rajasthan Royals team. It was definitely a lot of pressure building on them, especially even though Delhi Daredevils both should have some good batsmen, in the sense, great batsmen like Dumini and Kevin Peterson, but well, the task proved absolutely beyond them. As first they lost the opener Mayank Agarwal for 17 of 10 balls with 3 4s. Kevin Peterson was clean bowled by Bhatia for 13 of 18 balls with 1 6. Karthik continued to fail as he was gone for 3. JP Dumini was someone who has been having a very successful tenure for the Delhi Daredevils in the Indian Premier League 2014, but was not to be today as Dumini was dismissed by Tambe. But what was very important to see was the way Dumini got dismissed. Dumini had just cracked the 6 of the bowling of the wily old fox Pravin Tambe, but well, the very next ball, the wily old fox really had this Dumini in a real spin here, as he actually dismissed them by really inducing a false shot from Dumini, and Dumini was into the pavilion for 8 runs. Now after that, there was nothing to really talk about other than Manoj Tiwari standing amongst the ruins with an unbeaten 61 of 44 balls with 5 4s and 2 6s. Ross Taylor contributed only 4 runs. Jadhav was run out for 3. Jadhav has really been a sort of a linchpin for the Delhi Daredevils towards the closing of the innings, but today he couldn't really crystallize. Nadeem was out for 1, Imran Tahir was gone for 4, Shukla was out for 14, and it was all over. 139 for 9 was the final tally for Delhi. They really felt the pressure too much of 201 that was actually put up by the Rajasthan Royals team, and finally the match was won by Rajasthan Royals by 62 runs. Looking at the bowling figures as far as the bowling was concerned of the Rajasthan Royals team, Kulkarni 4 overs, 1 made and 1 for 24. Ben Cutting was a bit costly, 1 for 31. James Faulkner bowled only a solitary over for 6 runs with a wicket to his name. Kevin Cooper went on to bowl 3 overs for 19. Pravin Tambe, 3 overs, none for 1 for 24. He has been having a great Indian Premier League 2014. Pravin Tambe really has been mesmerizing the batsmen with his wily tactics there. Bhatia 3 overs 2 for 18, Stuart Binney 2 overs 1 for 14, Ajinkya Rahane taking the man of the match award with that knock of hairs. Well, so from here, as I said, Indian Premier League is having a rest day today, so two rest days for the Indian Premier League, and the battle will resume in the Indian Premier League with the match between Chennai Super Kings and Rajasthan and Royal Challengers Bangalore. It will be played at Ranchi. That will be the first game on Sunday, and it will be Sunrisers Hyderabad taking on the Kolkata Knight Riders at the at Hyderabad in Deccan, which will be the second match. Well, so that is as far as that particular Indian Premier League is concerned. Now let's have a look at some cricket news. Now, talking about some cricket news, the cricket news that I have, this is something which was a news which came yesterday, but I'm going to talk about it today because I couldn't do the show yesterday. In that show, definitely I covered that, but unfortunately it didn't go through due to YouTube problems. So Grant Flower, the Zimbabwe batting coach, he has been the batting coach for 3 years. As you know, he has had a very good career. The Flower brothers are very, very famous, as you know, as far as Zimbabwean cricket are concerned, and both of them have put up some good scores. And the reason that I'm speaking about Grant Flower from Zimbabwe is that the batting coach of Zimbabwe, who has been the batting coach of Zimbabwe for 3 years, is going to come and try to resuscitate the fortunes of the Pakistan cricket team, as he has been named the batting coach of the Pakistan cricket team for a tenure of 2 years. So that essentially means that this Pakistani batting team, the Pakistani batting order, will be under the tutelage of Grant Flower, who would bring in all his experience into the fore, and they will also be guiding them to the World Cup 2015 in Australia and New Zealand, which is, I thought, it's a great news. And Pakistan, I'm sure, are going to definitely benefit from this arrangement which has been done by the Pakistan Cricket Board. It has been, this was something the selection was done by three key players who have played active cricket for Pakistan in the past. One is Moin Khan, the other one is Harun Rashid, who was a former cricket player, and then Intikhab Alam, one of the great cricket players from Pakistan. So they are the ones who actually selected Grant Flower. I thought that was a step in the right direction, and wish good luck to Grant Flower as far as the coaching of the Pakistan batting is concerned. Now, before I leave this cricket show, I'm just going to leave you with a cricket update here. And this cricket update, as I said, is coming from the Sri Lankan tour of England, where we are having a day-night encounter going on here at the St. Lawrence ground in Canterbury, where Sri Lanka, playing their second tour game, are currently, after Kent won the toss and inserted the Sri Lankans in, and Sri Lanka currently are 44 for 1 in the 7th over. The wicket that they lost was of Pereira, who was caught Blake bowled Joseph for 1. Right now, Tilakathan Dilshan is not on 30 of 25 balls with 5 fours. Kumar Sangakkara is at the crease, not out on 9 of 12 balls. 44 for 1 is the current score in this 50-over-side game, which is going on between Sri Lanka and Kent, which is right now being played at Canterbury. Griffiths 3.4 overs, no made and none for 28. Joseph has bowled 3 overs, 16 runs, and just taken that solitary wicket to fall. Well, dear fans and subscribers, as I said yesterday, I couldn't get my cricket broadcast on, but here I am coming back and making up for that lost time yesterday, and coming here and doing this cricket broadcast early in the morning. And let me tell you, this is only being done for my dear friends and subscribers of the Cricket Happenings, who are so loyal to my cricket show. Thanks for your company as always, dear friends and subscribers, and I hope you all understand my situation. And your host Ram never tires of doing this Cricket Happening show, which is something which I really owe a lot of thanks, and I have a lot of gratitude towards you, dear friends and subscribers. On this very note, dear friends and subscribers, your host Ram is going to end the cricket show for today by saying a big thank you. Thank you.